10. Looks like Sean Nicholson. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Six Monsters. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God, are you?
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bump. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan Ord is gonna win it here at Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside the O2, he's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him, that's Mogren.
Jones, great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide off the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR is in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard into the wall! New track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Mayan wins.
Dallas Mayan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, what's going on? Oh, no! Oh, they're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God, Connor's involved. They're still wrecking. Four, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome here live for the Rockingham 100 here for the iSCAR JPG Graphics Truck Series, round number 6 out of 20. Gonna go green from Rockingham Speedway. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
And I'm Kenneth Bueno.
And we're obviously here live in North Carolina on one of the most historic tracks here for tonight on the Rockingham Speedway. Obviously NASCAR doesn't run here anymore. Hopefully they'll return here one day, but it's good to have a bit of virtual sim racing here on you know, historic 1 miler here tonight. So should be a fun one from start to finish, and we'll go ahead and pull up standings here on the left hand side of the screen. Aaron Mulroney Jr. up top as of right now in that number 2. Looks like Aaron only edging out Webster by 1 to 100, so very close within that top 2 right now.
Yeah, they seem to be trading the lead for the fastest lap here, back and forth. It's interesting to watch here.
Right, should be fun and close up there once we do go green for the 100 lapper here tonight. Some other people in there in the top 5. William Schmidt, number 79. As you see a car flipping in front of his screen. Derek M. Smith also in 4th place. Derek has been fast, has yet to mount up an iSCAR win, but good to see that number 66 run in 4th as of right now. Using a bit of the apron. Surprised about that. I usually never see cars run all the way to the low side of the racetrack on the front stretch, but Derek still running in 4th place, doing a nice job of keeping himself fast and speedy up front. Currently
Yeah, this track.
Go ahead. Sorry.
This track is like this really. I mean, the trucks haven't run here in real life since 2013, so it's surprising to see how these trucks will handle, especially since the newer ones, and see how they handle this track. I mean, this track is a classic.
Right.
You know, has bank turns. It's a really short track with huge bank turns, and like a weird kind of front straightaway.
Right. This is the first time iSCAR has been on the Rockingham circuit. So all these drivers are trying to adapt to the racetrack, and hopefully they'll adapt the fastest. That's probably the word of the day here for tonight, is adapt, because this being the first race for iSCAR at Rockingham, nobody really knows this track except if you run official races or other leagues. So it should be fun to see on how the drivers will interpret as we go through progress of the race.
Yeah, and also to mention, we haven't had a repeat winner this season so far, so I feel like it's kind of up in the air to see who might win tonight. But I mean, there's some consistent drivers in the field, but so far it's kind of up in the air who might win, like who has a chance.
All right, your 5 winners being Eric Keeter, Ryan Kendrick, Keaton Jones, Dylan Alt, Logan Clampitt. Speaking of winners and such, we're gonna pull up points here in front of your screen. Eric Keeter currently leads points after he won at CTMP. He's tied with Ryan Kendrick, who won at Daytona with 154 points. So a lot of drivers up there within the top 3, close on points. So it should be fun on how the point situation will sort out right after this race. With practice ending, we're going to slide ourselves to the side. Go ahead and salute our nation's colors. We'll be right back right after the national anthem. Two, 1, 0, and we are back here live at Rockingham for the Rockingham 100 iSCAR JPG Graphics Truck Series, round number 5. No, not round number 5. Round number 6 out of 20. Currently qualifying underway, so the standings are going to be shown on the left-hand side of the screen. And currently on top of the charts is going to be that number 42, Dylan Alt.
I'm surprised to see Caden McKee in P4 right now, set at 23.561. Did not see him run in practice, but I mean, very interesting to see him up there.
Right, one of the road course kings. I did not pick up the W at CTMP, but he was running towards there, toward the front of that race. I forgot how that race turned out for him. Let me go ahead and pull the standings for that. But Cade McKee currently running in 5th place in that number 27. Cade finished 14th last race. Actually, he probably got wrecked out, unfortunately. But Cade showing some strength here under qualifying.
Also, Andy McDowell in the 3rd place with a 23.541. Put himself in between Mulrooney and Webster, who were dominating practice. I don't think he really ran practice laps all too much, but seems to be showing up in qualifying right now.
Right. Well, as the time ticks down, any person you see in mind who's gonna probably pick up the win here tonight?
I think Cody Webster has a really good chance. I mean, he's coming off the momentum after winning the bronze race last night, and I think 2 days ago actually, and I think he's been running consistent laps through practice and in qualifying. He's still very fast, so I think we should watch out for that 45 tonight.
Right, that number 45 of Cody Webster, currently sitting P4 in practice as of right now. Was one of the fastest in practice. I think it was either second or first. You see that 45 ran a 23.557 on his run. We're still seeing some people around the racetrack. Looks like it is Eric Stamp in front of your screen. Now a minute left in practice. Looks like I think 20 drivers in total are going to be here tonight. So a bit of a smaller field than CTMP, but I know a lot of people do not have this track. So it should be fun on how these drivers will take it around this 1 miler. Stamp whips it off the corner. You see William Schmidt sitting at the end of pit road. William too, I mean, he's been in iSCAR Victory Lane, but it's been a while since he's been in Victory Lane. The last time he was I think in the Super Speedway Series. But William, not a great qualifying effort. Currently he's sitting in P14, but hopefully he could go ahead and recover from that. And with the seconds running down, that'll end off qualifying. So congratulations to number 42, Dylan Alt, to be your pole sitter here for tonight. He earns an extra bonus point for winning up the pole, so should add a bit to his resume as we head ourselves going towards this chase in about, I think, about eight races from now. So as the field grids up, we're gonna go through our starting grid here for tonight. Row number 1 gonna be Dylan Alt and Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
And in row number 2 will be Andy McDowell and the 45 of Cody Webster.
Row number 3 going to consist of Cade McGee and Austin Johnson.
Row number 4 will be Jake Sylvia in the 116 and Connor Brannon in the 92 for proximity.
Row number 5, another proximity gal, Dominic Cowan in number 30, as well as Derek M. Smith in the 66.
Then at 11th lines the 77 of Keaton Jones and Ryan Kendrick in the Nike truck. Very interesting paint scheme.
Eric Stamp, William Schmidt going to round out row number 7.
Row number 8 will be Noah Allison and Grayson Trexler.
Row number 9 going to be Austin Johnson and Ryan Branshaw.
Then row number 10 will be, oh, what's us, Eric Heater and Jackson Menchu, but I'm not sure if they've lined up on the racetrack yet.
That'll be our starting grid here for tonight as we get ourselves set up for this 100 lapper. There's Dylan Alt sitting in front of your screen, and before we go green, we're going to go over track facts here. On the right-hand side of the screen, track length 1 mile in 1 mile in length. Track turns 4, 1 in each corner. Track temp, very hot on the racetrack, 115 degrees out on the surface, so might make up for a slippery surface here tonight. Everybody has to keep eyes on those tires. Weather as of right now, 80 degrees on the racetrack. Wind is actually 13 miles per hour going east, so a very strong gust of wind going east, and it's mostly cloudy skies right now. So pace car lights are off, but I do think they go 2 laps for this for the green, coming to the green. Excuse me. Couple drivers.
Yeah, proximity seems to be Proximity seems to be lining up the front row. It's a very dominant run right now. Run to qualifying.
Right, you can't count out proximity because they are always strong in and out every week. Dylan Alt and Mulrooney Jr. both are sitting around, I think, 5,000 in higher rating. In total, I know the 42. Dylan Alt looks like 5,090 I rating, and number 2, Mulrooney, 5,800. So both of them combining up to over 10,000 in total for I rating. So really, really strong up there. I don't know if they're going to go green this time by or what, but we'll see if the pace car is going to slide itself on a pit road. it does not. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
it does.
All right, getting ourselves set up for this green flag. 100 miles going to be ran here for tonight. Green flag is up and away. Here we go from Rockingham.
Great start by the 42 of Dylan Alt, making his way up to the front very quickly off of turn 2.
Head down the back straightaway at number 20, and McDowell taking advantage of Mulrooney's mistake on the restart. I mean, the start, excuse me. He moves himself into second place.
The top 3 is kind of separating themselves already on the first lap from the rest of the pack, but they don't seem very far behind. Cade McKee sitting right now in 4th. Kind of the leader of that second pack so far as the top 3 begin to spread out.
Makes himself off pit road. That'd be the 33 of Justin Johnson. Makes himself on the racetrack, currently 1 down. Meanwhile, the front top 3 is aiming to pull itself away. It's Dylan Alt, Andy McDowell, and Mulrooney. Couple drivers searching for grip. You saw the 116 and Jake Sylvia work himself to the high side. Didn't go anywhere with it. I think it's too early in the race. And that track also not as rubbered up as it wants to be as of right now. Currently only working on lap number 3. So that 116 and Jake Sylvia running in 7th place.
Yeah, like you said, the tires, especially with the new tire model, they're going to seem to wear down as the race goes by. It's a 100-lap race. And even though the track is pretty short, the race is still pretty long, so that we're going to see how these tires affect these drivers. See the 116 battling with the 30 right now off of turn number 4.
Right. Bit of side-by-side racing in front of them as well. That's Connor Brandon and Austin Johnson going to go side-by-side. Connor started 8th, currently out to 5th, so Connor, I know, I've personally talked to him. This is his favorite track to run on the service, so Connor already showing his strength to pull himself into the top 5.
Aaron Mulrooney has pulled himself back to 2nd. You passed the 30 off of the front straightaway, off of 4. They're battling side by side off of that corner, but I guess they now spread out. But Aaron Mulrooney back in 2nd.
Looks like McDowell is starting to slowly fall off, and that's Cade McGee, number 27, who wants to take a peek. But still, Andy retains his top 3 position. That 27 to Cade McGee and Connor Brandon are coming fast.
Seems to be single file right about now. Derek Smith in the 66 is on pit road right now. Seems there's some damage on the car. I'm not sure why.
Right. I'm curious why. We'll go ahead and take a replay and see what happened in the number 66 of Derek Smith. Unfortunately for that 66. Oh, wow. Just straight into the wall. Off of turn number 4. He bounced off the wall right onto pit road. I think he's going to have a speeding penalty off of that as well. So Derek, his day is probably going to be ruined because of that. We'll see if he gets himself back to the racetrack.
What a tough break for the 66.
Alright, I think he was zooming out with number 79, William Schmidt, but Derek, big problems here. As we got more drivers blowing their engines. One car, I don't even know who that is. That's just a Costello. All the way to the low side of the racetrack. He also has a blown motor. Wow. A lot of blown motors suddenly.
There's a lot of front end damage too. I'm not sure if he hit a car in the corners or off the back straightaway or something. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he might have hit the wall.
Yeah, had a lot of front end damage, right side damage as well. And looks like the motor just let go. Because of that damage, unfortunately. So Costello, his day 2 is done for. Wow.
There's a battle right now for, I believe, 4th place between the 92 of Connor Brandon and the 27 of Cade McKee. We're side by side off the corner. But it seems I think the 92 has his position right now cleared as of right now.
Yeah, looks like he's not in pace of that top 2. Mulrooney is definitely pulled away from McDowell, but as I said, McDowell is still retaining his position. You see a bit of walking going on in the background. Cade trying to protect the bottom of the side of the racetrack as nearly Dumick flips his quarter panel, but you see we're going to go side by side down the back straightaway.
I think we might see this a lot, especially during this race. This isn't one groove all the way down on the yellow line. You might see some guys tap each other off the corner, trying to move out of the way. So, but it's a short track, so
right.
Got to be that that bumper, give him the bumper right off the corners.
High Cade is running right up just about against the safer barrier. Doesn't lose a lot of time. Still has a run to Dominic as they head into 3, but unfortunately, the shorter way around is the way to go, and Dominic pulls himself into the top 5.
Field seems to be spreading out right now. The 42 of Dylan All is just flying away from the 2 of Mulrooney.
Right. Dylan proving why he won the pole here tonight, and currently 1.5 ahead of Mulrooney. Meanwhile, for 3rd, that battle's heating up. Andy McDowell, Connor Brennan gonna go right at it. They're not side by side yet, but Connor is slowly catching that number 20.
See the 06 of Ryan Branch was getting up to speed. I'm not sure. Oh, well, they were just on the racetrack. You know, I'm not sure what happened there.
Currently running in 15th place. Started in 18th, now in 15th, but has lost that front group in front of him all the way to Noah Allison. The 24 is already in turn number 4, so Branch slight bit slow, but hopefully he'll recover coming next caution. Here's the man we're watching, that number 42, Dylan Alt, working on a lap car. That number 33, Justin Johnson. Justin, one of the few people who I know who run on a controller, but Justin keeping his car on the racetrack as he needs to. I'll just go ahead and move out of the way for the 42.
Yeah, for early race, no need to make anything. Right. No need to make any drastic moves right now.
Taking on board that number 2, Mulrooney, as he works himself right off of turn number 4. Back to the front straightaway. The roof as he enters 1, right against the yellow line. This track's very bumpy. So Mulrooney just taking it consistently all the way to the yellow line.
It seems that yellow line is where you get the most grip right now, so I just see everyone just like hugging that yellow line, almost hitting the apron. It's like very, very close.
Right. You gotta be careful of that apron, because the way these trucks are, they're sealed to the ground, because if you hit that apron, your truck is gonna get upset. It might break out sideways. And speaking of sideways, Dylan caught it sideways in 3 and 4, and Mulrooney in that number 2 is slowly tracking forward.
Boy, that 30 and that 20 have been fighting through those, fighting every single lap right now. The 30 is getting right on the quarter panel of the 20. It's even going side by side, going into turn 1.
Dominic forced himself to the low side of that number 20, Andy McDowell. McDowell has not had a great season. I know he's DNF'd a handful amount of times, but here he is running top 5, but finally loses position to that 3rd place, and Dominic makes it a 1-2-3 for proximity. What I'm curious about is, with this new tire model and this bumpy track, I'm pretty sure tire wear is definitely going to be a thing, and you see here, Dylan is slowly falling off. I don't know if he pushed it a bit early, but that number 2, Mulrooney, has definitely caught up on him.
Oh, he is right there.
We might have a battle for the lead here in a moment.
Oh yeah, he has caught him significantly right off the back bumper. Now side by side, almost clipped him.
Oh, he forced himself down there. Mulrooney wants to get to the underside of Alt, but he threw a major block here. Not even halfway, but that number 42 of Alt wants to keep himself in the lead. As you see the 2, Mulrooney drop all the way to the apron to get to the low side of the 42. Here we go, gonna go side by side, but no problem for that number 2 of Mulrooney, and he moves himself to the lead. It's a power move by that number 2 to put himself up front. So this is our first lead change of the night. And Mulrooney moves himself up front. Not to mention the number 30 of Dominic Howe, Andy McDowell, is catching that 42 of Alt as well. Looks like Alt just fell off and might have pushed the truck a bit too much.
Yeah, with the tires, the fresh tires are very, very good, but once you wear them out, it's just like you cannot turn.
Right.
It's hard to go through these corners, and it's just like you have no power steering fluid.
Right. That's probably why these trucks are entering as low as they can into the corner. The banking allows for that in response, but right, just keeping themselves to the low side. Usually you see Rockingham run multiple grooves around the racetrack, but as of right now, everybody's just tucked up to the bottom. Unless the track gets really rubbered in on the bottom, I wouldn't expect some trucks to move up against that second lane. But Aaron Mulrooney is really showing the way as of right now.
Eric Stamp trying to make his move on the 116 of Jake Sylvia for top 10 spot right there. He almost got to his quarter panel off the back straightaway, but just couldn't get it done. These 3 cars are kind of running slightly close together. I think it just kind of calmed down.
This is William Schmidt, 9th place, Jake Sylvia in 10th, and Eric Stamp in 11th. Stamp, one of the rookies in this field, is 09. He has been victory once in one of the series, but Stamp started in 13th and is trying to make himself forward, but has to make himself around 116 to Jake Sylvia.
Already on the same lap, I saw the 33 of Justin Johnson smack the wall and almost got into Noah Allison in the 24. I think he might have a little bit of damage. I don't think it's that bad. Oh, there's no damage on that car. Never mind. He won't be affected by that. He'll be alright.
In the meantime, Connor Brandon has picked up a bit of right front damage on that machine. Looks like that car, I mean not car, but truck has been running tight. And unfortunately for Connor Brandon, right front damage, especially with the tight truck, I think that's going to help. Well, as we surprisingly work ourselves about 33 laps into the run, Aaron Mulrooney currently up front. We haven't talked about the fuel window. We'll go ahead and pull up race analysis on the right-hand side of the screen. Pit window should be about every 35 to 40 laps, so it should be a 2-stop race. But we're coming up on that fuel window. We'll see if Aaron is going to hit pit road. He'll probably hit pit road as soon as the fuel window opens, because with these tires, I'm pretty sure new tires versus old tires is definitely going to be interesting on how it'll go. But really the fall off as right now is growing to, I think, a second and a half. So it is viable to short pit. As speaking of pit stops, here we go. The number 21 of Austin Johnson has hit pit road, and that'll mean green flag pit stops is sparked up and away. Joined in.
Also the 116.
Right.
Yeah.
Slide themselves on. I'm pretty sure 4 tires and fuel for both of them, as well as the 45 of Cody Webster gonna hit pit road, as well as the 06 of Ryan Branshaw.
Aaron Mulrooney's in pit road right now.
Right, and that's a good move for that number 2, Mulrooney, because I think tires are going to matter the most here, especially with this bumpy racetrack. Once that window opened up, that number 2, Mulrooney, slid himself onto pit road. Might as well stop on 4 and hope for the long run to play its best. I mean, the short run, excuse me. More drivers hitting pit road.
92 of Connor Brannon, Dominic Howe in a pit road. Dylan Alt seems to be staying out. Not sure if he's going to pit later in this fuel window. I think he probably will. He's getting low to the racetrack. We'll see if he... Oh, yeah, he is getting on a pit road right now. along with the 20 of Andy.
Others going to elect to stay out on the racetrack. The 27, Cade McKee and William Schmidt, they're going to stay out on the racetrack. And I think looks like Noah Allison is going to scoot up to 3rd place. He stays himself on the racetrack as well. So a surprise fuel run, in my opinion, especially for iSCAR standards. But that's a good thing. In the meantime, Dylan Alt and McDowell will hit pit road. We'll see where they come out as Cade McKee and William Schmidt slide themselves in.
Keaton Jones is also on pit road as well, and so is Eric Stamp making his stop.
Now, me and number 24, Noah Allison, will scoot to the front. We'll see if We'll see if that number 24 will hit pit road, unless he wants to stay on the racetrack or just to lead the lap. But let it look like no.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow.
And that will mean the 24 will probably get a penalty for entering pit road closed. He was committed, but I think that's going to be a penalty in the number 24, but we'll have to see. But I do not know where the yellow flag came out.
Oh, it was Cody Webster who spun around on the backstretch.
Wow. Recently hit pit road about 4 laps ago, and the 45 of Webster looks like clipped the apron just a slight, and cold tires just spun it around, and the 45 of Webster will bring out the first caution here tonight. Wow.
What's gonna happen to Noah Allison? The fact that he's on pit road right now. He entered right as the caution was waving.
Right. I'm not sure if the 24 is gonna get a 1-lap penalty or what, but we'll have to see, because entering pit road closed is a harsh penalty. We'll see if admins clear it, because he was definitely committed to going onto pit road. You might even go one lap down, but this scoreboard's probably gonna be screwed up just a slight, because we had people all over the racetrack once the caution did come out. And that is going to be bad news for, I think, no, not as big of bad news for the 42 of Dylan Alt, but he's going to be still in 3rd place. But yeah, I thought it was bad news for the 42 of Alt, but I guess not. He's still in 3rd. And 24 Allison does go 1 lap down.
Oh man. He got the stop and go penalty.
Oh, looks like Webster did clear it. So, admins determining, obviously, that number 24 hitting, even though he hit pit road close, he was already committed, so. Some people going back onto pit road. 33, Justin Johnson, as well as the 54, Grayson Trexler. A lot of people staying out on the racetrack because they just recently pitted.
See how the scoring works, because right now Cade McKee's behind the pace car. I think it's getting reorganized right now. I think.
Right, Cade is gonna have to take a wave around, as well as a 79 of William Schmidt, Jake Sylvia, to the 65 of Ryan Kendrick. Even though these people are taking the wave around, that's good news for them, because they're still going to be on the lead lap, as well as they did pit recently, so it's not going to be too big of an effect for them. The only thing they'll have to take worry of is starting single file from that point on back, because they are wave arounds.
What a tough break for Noah Allison, the 24.
Right. He's
Just
going multiple
staying on pit road right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know where he was running at the time. I mean, at the time of the caution, he was obviously running up in 1st place, but a bad caution break is definitely going to cost him probably a chance at a good finish here. So, tough break for the 24, as you said. right, 1 lap to go. All these people in front. Mulrooney is going to take the wave around. So William Schmidt. Kate McGee in the 27. Jake Sylvia. Ryan Kendrick. Eric Stamp. Brody Webster. All going to whip around, so. People have to whip around as fast as they can because the pace car is already entering 3, but looks like they're going to make it in time. Here we go, setting ourselves up for the next green flag run. We're working up our first caution of the night. Number 2, Mulrooney will lead the field to the restart. Pace car's in.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Lots of tire spin in the back as we see one truck hit the apron to get out of harm's way, but meanwhile up front, side by side for the lead. And vanish quickly as the 30 drops back to 2nd place. Mulrooney is going to go back up front.
Good restart by all 3 proximity drivers, making themselves all bunched together right now.
Right.
42 might make a move here.
Right. That top 30, as you said, all proximity, so they're probably in a voice chat trying to time the restart out, so all 3 of them can pull away. So, great move by the number 2, Mulrooney, to keep that top 3 bunched up, but number 21, Austin Johnson, has come out of nowhere. You want to display spoiler to these proximity people. He's currently running in 4th place. Started himself at 6. Now he's challenging that number 30 to top 3 spot.
'92 and the 20 back side by side. They've been side by side for a lot of this race. It seems they're side by side once again.
Connor Brandon and McDowell, a bit of rivalry going through these people. Between these two, I know these two don't like each other too much, but Connor Brandon can take advantage of that 20 slip up. Even though that number 92 Connor has a bit of right front damage, it's not affecting him as much. But McDowell looking for the crossover as they enter 1. Connor shuts the door entering 1.
Oh, the 30 got into the wall. Now the 21 is trying to go around the outside.
He's gonna
and he will.
It. Nice. Austin works himself into 3rd place. And Dominic drops back 1. Meanwhile up front, Mulrooney and Alt plan to pull up and away from that 3rd person of Austin Johnson, but we've seen in the later run that number
Yellow
42.
flag is
Oh,
out.
looks like we have a caution. Looks like it's Cade McKee right off of 4 as the field whips around Bonham and he slides it to the apron to get out of harm's way, but 2nd caution of the day, and that number 27's turned around, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
Take a look what happened in the 3 and 4, and looks like he was side by side with the 79 William Schmidt, and just got a bit tight, and William bounced into Cade, and unfortunately for Cade, whips it around. Luckily, only tapped the outside wall just a slight, but
Boy, that 24 almost hit the 27. Very, very close.
yeah, luckily for everybody, they avoided the 27 who was right in dead center of the racetrack, but in the meantime, pit road's open. We'll see if these drivers are going to hit pit road this time by. And looks of it, they're peeking on in, but oh, nope.
Wow.
Rooney stays out, but everybody else is going to hit pit road. Wow.
Big move by Aaron Mulrooney. Also the 79 of William Schmidt stayed out as well.
Very curious to why that number 42. I mean, why the number 2, Mulrooney, stayed out on the racetrack. Probably didn't communicate with his teammate of Dylan Alt. Hit pit road, but we'll see if Dylan will slap on 2 or 4 for this one. Very interesting. So work off a pit road. Ooh, looks like one driver's gonna elect for 2 tires. And that's gonna be Webster.
Some interesting strategy calls going on right now.
Wow. They only logged in about, I think, about 10, 12 laps on that run. A lot of drivers hitting pit road, and William Schmidt gonna second guess his decision. And he's gonna hit pit road as Mulrooney will retain the top spot because of staying out, but he's gonna be side by side with a 42 of Dylan Alt. So Mulrooney is definitely in a bad position for this one. We'll see on how it'll work out for him in that number 2.
Andy McDowell's down in 12th place right now. Kind of a long pit stop. Not sure what's going on.
Maybe wanted to scoot himself to the rear, but we'll see about. We'll see. He probably might have got a bit of damage somewhere, but I thought that 20 was clean for most of the time. But he might have got a speeding penalty because he's with back the 06 with Brian Branshaw, who tried to take the wave around but couldn't. I think the 20 might have gotten a speeding penalty off of that one. Do hit 1 to green this time by. I think these 2 up front, Webster and Mulrooney, these were the 2 fastest people on the racetrack. So we'll see on how Webster will work around the 2 with just 2 tires. And it looks like Mulrooney second guesses to pick the outside lane. Mulrooney gonna scoot back in for this restart. Alright, pace car gonna slide this off onto pit road. This time by, we're gonna go green on lap number 56 out of 100. Halfway this time by, we'll see if we go green from this point forward. Mulrooney's on the throttle, we go back green. And Webster did not get a great restart. Alton, that 42 is going to be all over that number 2, Mulrooney. Catching him is one thing, but passing him is another. That 42 of Alt is all over the 2. He might get a run through 3 and 4, but looks like Mulrooney is still holding on with old tires right now. Very surprised. Side-by-side action right behind. Austin Johnson wants to work himself back into 4th place, but can't run the bottom. He's pinched off by that number 92 of Connor Brandon. Right behind, here's a driver we haven't talked about all race. That's the number 77, Keaton Jones. He wants to make something happen. He's going to cross over the 21.
Nice to see the 77 up front. We didn't really see him all that much this race, but he's making a strong run right now. I think they had a really good pit stop this time on that last pit stop run, and they're doing really good right now. 6.
Right, that number 77 of Keaton Jones, he started all the way in 11th place. Was probably stuck back there during that first green flag run, but now it's go time for the 77. He wants to work himself to the front, and here he is running in 6th place. Meanwhile up front, got number 2, Mulrooney. He's still showing his presence up front. I'm surprised. Old tires versus new tires. Hasn't been too much of a thing, and Alt's new tires is not beating Mulrooney as of right now. Pitted 25 laps ago for that number 2. And Alt pitted 8 laps ago.
Cody Webster's still sticking with these two right now. He seems to be consistent right now in 3rd.
Webster elected for track position with just 2 tires, and it's playing out to his favor. Not only is he running, not only is he keeping his track position, he's running towards these leaders, and that number 2.
Yellow flag is out.
We're gonna have a caution yet again, as
Another one.
We're gonna look around to see what happened. Looks like the 27 JPGS is a bit slow. And 2, and looks like, ooh, Eric Stamp got into the 27, Acade McKee. That did throw the caution, but what a save by the 27, Acade. Not a lot of damage on that machine, luckily. But unfortunately, it did bring out the caution.
It's interesting to see if Aaron Mulrooney will pit this time by, or if he's gonna stay out. I think he might just stay out. I mean, he hasn't run that many laps. Oh no, he's pitting now.
Looks like he's gonna be accompanied with everybody else on pit road. So the pit window opening. Looks like we do have some takers coming in. Pretty sure it's just going to be 4 tires. No, it's not. I lied. The 45 of Webster is going to elect for 2, as well as Austin Johnson.
Wow. Jake Sylvia came to spoil the party, separating Mulrooney and the 42. Dylan All. I think that was also a 2-tire stop. Not sure. But what a gain for that 116 car.
Yeah, it looks like 2 tires for that 116 as well, and Mulrooney's lead is sort of slightly being erased. So right now, it looks like William Schmidt out on the racetrack. We'll see if he leads this lap. Some drivers who are currently 1 down are hitting pit road this time by, but William Schmidt staying out on the racetrack. He's going to be the one who might be leading this field to the restart. But with him staying out, he does gain an extra bonus point. We'll see if he comes in next time by, but all our leaders being displayed on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Mulrooney has led 33. Dylan Alt has led 26. Cade McKee has led a couple. William Schmidt has led his first under caution. Noah Allison, obviously caught by the caution during the first green flag run. Dominic Howe has also led one as well. So.
It's interesting to see how Mulrooney will kind of navigate through these guys if he can on this last restart. He's been up front all race, but now he's got to fight a couple cars to get back to that lead. It's going to be interesting to watch.
Right, one of his competitors in front of him is that number 45 of Cody Webster, who's I think was one of the fastest people in practice. That 45 of Webster, he held strong with just 2 tires, and here he is yet again going to slap on 2. We'll see how Webster is going to go for this restart, as William, this time, he's going to stay out and he's going to lead the field to the restart. Now just joining us here for tonight, Rockingham 100 for the iSCAR JPG Graphics Truck Series. Currently working on our 6th round out of 20. Working off our third caution this time by, as William Schmidt in the number 79. First time he's been up front, gonna elect to stay out for the restart. And here we go, coming to the green. Pace car's in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag as one car gets really sideways in the background. Don't know how it is, but a bit of crossover up front. Webster to the inside.
Oh, wow, what a move. Oh, the 2 is sideways in the 42.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And, oh my, what? I cannot believe everybody kept it straight.
How did they save that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Wow. Everybody was all sorts of sideways, but I'm stunned. I don't even know what I saw. But there was 2 proximity guys who got sideways, and I need to take a look at the replay again because that was crazy. It looks like Mulrooney got into the 42 of alt. I think Mulrooney was trying to anticipate Sylvia shoving himself to the bottom side of the racetrack, and they were looking 3 wide entering turn number 1. But the fact that everybody kept it straight, or the fact that nobody else got involved, because everybody was running up on the spinning 2 and the 42. I can't believe nobody else wrecked.
And we saw Aaron Mulrooney do this in the bronze race in Chicago.
Right.
He got really loose and he saved the hell out of that car.
Right.
Wow.
Great save by both of them. Not only that, they're going to keep themselves inside the top 5, but I'm pretty sure those tires are probably going to be destroyed, unfortunately. We'll see how the Aaron and Mulrooney will keep up to the next restart, but man, that was crazy.
William Schmidt's now on pit road. He was in second. I guess those old tires are getting to him, so he's starting to pit now.
Right, he lost the lead as soon as he entered 1 as Webster pulled the crossover coming on in, but William gonna elect to pit. Good choice, especially with that hectic of a restart. Man, that's not the first time proximity has collided with each other. There's definitely gonna be some kind of talk between Dylan and Mulrooney.
I just can't believe how nobody else hit them while they were going around.
Me neither. That's unbelievable. It shows you a lot of driver awareness and the truck
and safety rating too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely safety rating. Top 5, no, actually top 13, either A or B class. Nobody here is D class, luckily, so only a couple drivers are. Ryan Branshaw, C class. Derek M. Smith. No, not Derek, but Justin Johnson, C class as well. Jessica Costello, C class. B class is Dominic Howe, Connor Brandon, and McDowell, and Webster. And everybody else in the field was A class. So they got a lot to go in the race as well, so just only 30 laps remaining. That 45 of Webster has put himself into a nice spot. The 2 fastest drivers in this race do have a bit of damage, Alt and Mulrooney. We'll see on how they'll move themselves back to the front, but we need to mention it again. Number 45 of Webster did take 2 tires last time, and oh boy, we'll see how Webster will hold up with 2. He did hold himself to the top 3 last time he did take 2, so should be interesting on how Webster will handle this restart.
Yeah, Webster had a rocket ship on that last restart when he took the position from the 21. So I don't expect anything different on this restart.
Right, double file up for this restart. It's going to be Webster, Johnson, Sylvia, Alt, Mulrooney, Hal, Brandon, McDowell, Stamp, and McKee. Working off our, I think, 4th or 5th, nope, looks like 4th caution of the night. Pace car gonna slide itself onto pit road. Webster gonna hit the throttle on the spot. There's that 21 as he scoot in just 1 and 2. Everybody this time singles out all the way to the yellow line, but at 42, Dylan Alt wants to work himself to the
Yellow
front.
flag is
Oh,
out.
got another
There's
yellow
somebody
flag.
around.
Oh, that's a lot of drivers in that one.
Oh, huge hit from the 24. I think
Wow.
the Trexco cars are in it. Oh, the 09 also in it. Caden McKee's also in it. And they're still spinning.
hitting. Yeah, they're still wrecking. That's a lot of people involved in that wreck. We're gonna see what happened. Looks like it was Kate McGee who hit the outside wall right up off. The 65 of Kendrick gets involved. Noah Allison piles in. The 06
Wow.
is in it. 33 of Justin Johnson's in it. See right here, the contact being made with a 54. Those two being teammates. 06 Ryan Branshaw, 54 Grayson Trexler. Wow, that was a big wreck.
A huge pile up.
Yeah, with the 09 of Eric Stamp just hooked back up to the racetrack. Everybody was trying to go for that one small hole right against that wall, but of course, when you could only fit so much into one tiny car space, and unfortunately, everybody else just piled in right behind.
Kind of reminded me of that show. You know that show? Those people they have the cutouts of poses and they have to cut through the poses. You have to go through the poses.
Hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun show. I wish they continued that.
Seems to be no change in top 5, I think.
Right. If that was hole in the wall, unfortunately everybody right behind, everybody involved just failed it. Ryan Branshaw in the 06, I think his day is done for, unfortunately. He was running an 11th at the time of the wreck. What looked to be a clean start has now turned into what iSCAR is known for. Big wrecks. And unfortunately, that one just wiped out at least half the field.
I think right about now, I mean, there's about 25 or so laps to go. I think these guys are getting a little bit more antsy, trying to get better track position. But this track can only hold so much, especially since the bottom groove is the most dominant groove tonight.
Right. So restarts are definitely going to be key on how this race will shape up. But if you're the leader like Webster, it's only a shrug off for him, because Webster at number 45, all he has to do is just hit the throttle and hopefully hold nail down 1 and 2 and drive up and away. Everybody else, though, they're just going to be stacked up side by side. So here we go for the next one. Double foul yet again. It's Webster, Johnson, Sylvia, Alt, Howe, Mulrooney, McDowell, Brannon, Jones, and Kendrick. Mulrooney and Alt have yet to recover from that incident in 1 and 2. But they're running nose to tail on the outside line. Right behind that number 21 of Austin Johnson. Pace car slides itself on the pit road. Green, green.
Green, green, green.
Good restart by Jake Sylvia.
But he's side by side with the 21. But Sylvia moves himself into second place. I know that 116 and the 45. They're both teammates. Even though Webster's on Miller Motorsports, Webster has his own team. which is Webster Motorsports. And right behind, that 116 is a Webster car. You see them go side by side down the front straightaway. That's around where the 20 of Andy McDowell is. But these people in 1 and 2 definitely close with each other. Look at this battle right behind as Mulrooney's trying to hold off Dominic Cowan at number 92 of Connor Brandon. All these people are just trying to recover from what they've lost. In the meantime, all that 45 of Webster has to do is just pull up and away. But we'll see when the long run comes in. We'll see how those 2 tires hold up.
I mean, 21 lost about like 2 spots on the last restart. He's now behind Dylan Alt. Running, I'm not sure if that was just the restart or... Oh my goodness!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
That was a hard hit. And it involved the 21 of Austin Johnson, who definitely have a lot of damage on that machine, but Alt just straight lined the wall. I don't know if that was a wheel issue. He's yet to tow it. It might have been. I'm not sure, but Alt just took a hard shot into the wall right off of 2. We're going to get a replay of what happened.
He was just tied off the corner. I'm not sure.
Just turned right. I don't know what he was thinking. It didn't look loose or anything like that. Just right up off the corner, he just turned dead right. And now he's in... We go back live and he's suddenly stuck in the barrels.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Austin Johnson gonna elect to go on a pit road.
Yeah, he collected some damage off of that wreck.
Right. So Alt's day is definitely done for after that hit. And I think with the damage on that number 21, his day is probably done for as well. I mean, he's still on the lead lap trying to repair as much damage as he can, but that 21 is definitely not going to be the same after that hit.
Wow. Wow.
It looked like to be either a wheel issue or something else. But until Dylan speaks out about it, man, you gotta feel bad for that number 21 of Austin Johnson.
Yeah, it was running very good. It was running really good on the last couple restarts for that. It was running very consistent, but wow.
So I'll shuffle the top 10. That's going to be Webster, Sylvia, Mulrooney, Howell, Brannon, Jones, Schmidt, McDowell, Kendrick, and Johnson. So Mulrooney is going to be in 3rd place for the restart. And he's on the person. He's the person with probably the freshest tires. No, he's not. I lied. He's definitely not with the freshest tires. But I know Mulrooney did take 4 rather than Webster's 2. I know Sylvia also did take 2 as well, so Sylvia's currently running in 2nd place. Looks like Webster's going to elect the high side for the restart. trying to get Sylvia to get used as a pick for that too. Great strategy call by the number 45.
Keaton Jones, I think, is now back in the top. Well, he's back in the top 10. He's in 6th right now. I thought he was in P5, but.
For this restart, but we're gonna hit the green with 15 laps to go. Still a good chunk of the race remaining. But now cautions are breeding cautions, so I'm expecting another one here. As they take the green flag, Webster's gone.
Flag.
Well, they almost took a 3 wide into turn 1 with Mulrooney there, but kind of backed off.
Sylvia looks a bit slow as he's going to pull a huge block on the 30. Going to shove him right against the yellow line. Looking to go side by side as Dominic gets a run under the 116. Here comes Mulrooney. He wants to show a bit of challenge for that second place as well.
And Sylvia still pushing hard on that outside. Out to the corner panel, got a bit of side draft there.
Right, he's going to pinch as much as he can to keep that 30 pinned down right up off the corner, but you can only pinch so much before you guys make contact. And I wouldn't be surprised if the 30 is going to door the 116 up the racetrack. They're still pinching really hard. That's only allowing the 45 of Webster just to pull up and away. So unless we get a caution, I'm pretty sure Webster, with this side-by-side action right behind, he pretty much has it secured, and there's the contact, as I said! Oh!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Mulrooney gets around it.
That's a good wreck avoidance by that number 2, but I don't know if he lost position off of that, but as I said, I was expecting contact with those two. You could only pinch so much, and around they went.
Somehow Sylvia did not lose a position, even with that.
Dominic's not going to be pleased after getting pinched that hard, and after that, obviously the contact being made. The caution comes out with just about 10 laps to go. We're going to see what happened as they ramped off a 2, but close racing between front pack. See the 116 trying to pinch as much as he can, but as I said, you can only pinch so much before there's contact being made. And Sylvia, Dominic hit the 116 into the outside wall, and Sylvia just bounced off the wall back into the 30 of Dominic. There's only 3 drivers hitting pit road: Ryan Kendrick, Austin Johnson, Dominic Howe, Noah Allison. All on pit road.
Not allowed the 77 of Keaton Jones to get back into 4th.
Right, again, that number 77, we haven't talked about him a lot. One thing for him, he started all the way in 11th place. He's now up into 4th, so we'll see how Jones will interpret this restart. But it's looking strong for him as of right now. It's either we get a 7 or 6 to go restart.
I think right about now it'll get a bit crazy, especially going into 1. Right. A couple of these drivers probably going side by side.
Definitely. One lap to go. It's Webster, Sylvia, Mulrooney, Jones, Brandon Schmidt, McDowell, Howell, Kendrick, and Johnson. Yet again, Webster gonna like to pick the outside lane. And again, a great call by that number 45 to keep that 2 from pushing forward on the restart. Unless Mulrooney wants to take it 3 coming into 1. The 2 is gonna have to battle as hard as he can to work himself around that second place of Jake Sylvia.
All right, here we go.
All right, pace car now slide itself on the pit road, field in the hands of the 45 of Cody Webster. And all he has to do is just hit the throttle in time to pull away from second place to Jake Sylvia. There he goes, and got a great restart as William Schmidt spins his tires just a slight. Boy, Jake did not get a good restart, and that's going to allow the 77 Keaton Jones to pull beside that 116, but it looks like Keaton got real tight right off the corner.
Oh, wow. Mulrooney's going to duck low.
I have a bit of contact between the 2 as, man, that was close right up off of 3 and 4 between the 77 and the 2. 6 laps to go for Webster. Side by side for 4th place as Keaton Jones and Connor Brandon, as Keaton's going nowhere on the outside lane. Dominic's putting the pressure on Connor Brandon, but it's not going to matter. 4 up front as Webster is now starting to pull away. 5 laps remaining. Side by side, right behind. Connor and Dominic gonna go right at it.
I think Mulrooney's slowly catching the 116, but I don't think that's going to be an effect on the 45 at all.
Keaton goes to the grass. We'll see if he spins it out. Looks like no. What a save by Keaton as he got doored down all the way toward the inside wall. But he's going to lose a lot of track position.
Mulrooney's on the bumper of the 116 and they're going to 3. It's going to give him a tap, but it's not going to phase him.
Oh, he's there.
Wow.
Goes to the inside. Oh, 116 throwing the block.
Ooh, wow, getting tight into turn 1.
Oh, what a run that 30 got through 1 and 2. That's Dominic Howe in the 30. He moves himself now into 3rd. And these two
while this is
contact
happening,
before.
While this is happening, Webster's just pulling away. Wow, he's gone.
2 laps to go for them. And the 30 and 116 meet again. But this time the 116 lets him by. Too little too late for that number 2, Mulrooney. Right up off of turn number 4, this time by white flag for the 45 of Webster. 1 more lap to go at Rockingham. Dominic trying to challenge for that 2nd position. Has 1 more shot in the 3 and 4. A bit of contact between the 2. But meanwhile up front, Webster in the 45. 6 of 6. Here we go. Our first win for Cody Webster. As I butchered that call, unfortunately. But Webster picks up the W here tonight at Rockingham. It looks like Mulrooney wrecks it for 2nd. Oh god, I butchered that one. Oh no! Cover your ears, y'all. That was horrible.
That's 6 different winners now in this series.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Wow.
6 different winners, 6 races. And Webster picks up his first in the Truck Series finally. And he's gonna burn it down on the front stretch. Oh, looks like Austin is unhappy with it too.
Oh, he's gonna wreck him now. Okay, well.
Driver temper's boiling. Short track racing at its finest, but number 45 of Cody Webster. Doesn't matter for him. All smiles for that number 45. We're going to slide ourselves to the side as we're going to drag in the top 3 of Webster, Mulrooney, and Howe into the booth. One, 0. And we're back here live here at Rockingham Speedway. After 100 laps of racing, and Cody Webster in the 45 shuffles himself to the front and picks up his first iSCAR W in the Truck Series. And we're going to drag him into the booth. Webster, congratulations, man, for your first W in the Truck Series. My goodness, it was hectic through the mid portion of the race. How'd you put yourself up front there at the end?
Well, I decided to start from pits and didn't expect him to go green that long. I came out of pits after the green flag pit stops and didn't realize what fresh tires were anymore. And obviously, I brought out the first caution, unfortunately. Just had to methodically work my way through, and then took 2 tires, got up there, and once again, 2 tires. I don't know what with this tire model, but 2 tires is crazy good if you have the right size worn just a little bit, just enough. And it paid off, and I had my teammate up there kind of pulling all the right blocks and able to control the restarts and able to just keep everything in line, and then everybody, having their miscues behind, so kind of with just a coasting victory at the end.
Right, man. Restarts was key, and with you and your teammate up there, you elected the outside lane, well, a couple of times to keep Mulrooney right behind. That was a great call by you. Obviously, Sylvia was coming in second for the rest of those other restarts as well. So, what do you have to say about otherwise than restarts and such?
With this track, I've raced here so many times, like back in, even before the time out, like C6 days over a year ago. It's just a one group track, so it's really about just kind of backing. I was trying to tell my teammates, like, back up the corner. I just roll the bottom on both corners. And even in 3 and 4, like there's a bump down there on the bottom, but you just kind of got to get through it. Let off early, get through it, basically roll the center off, full throttle, hugging that yellow line we got here, and just get through it. Just keep it down the bottom, no matter how long the run gets. And that, at the I asked everybody at the end of the first run what everybody's tires were at. They would say like 47% or something like that. I was at 77%. Just keeping my tires underneath me. So that's the biggest thing with this tire model, is just saving tires, and then with this track running the bottom consistently every lap. It's repetition. So I was able to just do that. The track, it's just kind of like Rockingham. The same Rockingham. It's just, you just gotta be consistent every single lap and not miss that bottom. So it was good. Truck was good. It wasn't bad. Sucks that iRacing couldn't make a setup for us, but you did what you could, and it was definitely a raceable setup, and it was fun, and yeah, it worked out.
All right, Alright, man. 10-4. Before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight?
Yeah, Ross Chastain put me in his truck tonight. You know, obviously I haven't made a lot of truck starts. I only made, I think, one. So he put me in the truck tonight. Car Shield's on board. You know, great truck. But all kidding aside, Webster Motorsports, Miller Motorsports, everybody there helping me out. You putting on the show like always, and broadcasting, and Kenneth being in the booth too. Yeah, thank you also. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, man. 10-4. Cody Webster going to pick up his first W of this season. We'll see you coming next race tomorrow, man.
Sound good.
That was Cody Webster in number 45. We're going to slide ourselves back into second place, and that's going to be Mulrooney. Kenneth, go ahead and take this away.
Well, Aaron, you ran a hell of a race. You had a hell of a save. Fast car all through the race. Tell me what was going through your mind through that race, going back and forth.
You know, Kenneth, I basically thought through like the entire race that me and Cody were probably the fastest cars throughout the entire race, so I figured if I just stay out of crashes and stayed up front, I was able to wheel the number 2 proximity Chevy Camaro or Chevy Silverado to a second place finish.
Well, I mean, it's a tough track. You were holding the bottom. Tires seemed to be a big thing here. How was it going with the other proximity drivers? You guys were kind of racing around each other.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. You know, everyone was basically kind of like pushing each other to the edge because we've been teammates for a while. And, you know, we kind of have been able to sort of adapt to each other's driving abilities and, you know, driving style. So it makes for nice, fun racing.
And anything else you want to add on?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors that are Proximity Racing, Splash and Go Graphics, Trey Shuttlesworth Images, also Garage Doors, and iRacing for creating this service. And I'd also like to thank you, Kenneth, for being in the booth tonight. I'm pretty sure you and Zeke definitely called a very interesting race.
Well, thank you. And, of course, congratulations on the second place finish. We'll see you in the next race. Sure to be a very exciting one. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
That was Aaron Mulrooney in the number 2. We're going to slide ourselves back into third place. Another proximity car, and that number 30 of Dominic Cow into the booth. And Dominic, you made some contact there with a 116 and Jake Sylvia. What happened between you two?
Yeah, he was just playing Cody's pick and making the right blocks for him, and he kept pinching me. I pinched him a little bit. We made a little contact, but it's a one-groove racetrack, and that's just how you have to race here.
Alright, but luckily for that, after that contact, you wheeled yourself back, not only around the 116, but back into third place, man. A great recovery after that contact off of turn number 2.
Yeah, I think so. It was, new tires meant a lot when we hadn't pit for a while, but it's, super hard to drive here in a super tight setup, but, you know, good to come home with a third.
Right, man, and overall, that first run was obviously the longest run we had the whole race. How did the car feel? I mean, excuse me, the truck after 35 laps?
I personally really like the truck. I drove up from just around 9th up to 3rd on that run, and it was planned to be pretty good, and then coming out of pit road, I was right behind Aaron, so I was hoping for a long run, but wasn't meant to be. Just really tight, one-lane track, and I couldn't find anything on that short run.
Alright, man, 10-4. Before we let you go, any sponsor you want to thank you for tonight?
Just, you know, the Proximity Racing team and their sponsors, and, you know, Splash and Go Graphics for making some pretty cool paint schemes.
Alright, man, 10-4. Dominic Howe got to round himself out in third place. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race.
Thank you.
That was the number 30 of Dominic Cow, and otherwise than that, Kenneth, any last minute comments before we head out?
I mean, it was an interesting race. I mean, Rockingham is a very, very classic track. I'm sure these guys will come back here again. Maybe the setups will change, and maybe we'll see if they continue running, if we continue running here, how the trucks will handle. But very good race. It was a clean race. There were some incidents, but it wasn't too bad. Very, very clean race, especially Cody Webster. Hell of a run.
Yep, and otherwise than that, we'll leave you off on a high note. My name is Ezeckiel Reyes.
And I'm Kenneth Bueno.
We're signing out here from K&M at Rockingham. Peace out, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Cup race on Saturday. Not Saturday, but Sunday. No, yeah, Saturday. Oh my gosh. Yeah.